That's good. The journey has been
awful.
We are back on.
Are we live?
We are live.
I know.
I don't know why it's not showing upstairs, but we are indeed live. And we are unmuted at
already.
6:13 p.m.
And at 6:13, we are resuming our Children's Services Council meeting. And at present, we have on the floor a motion to accept
Approve the budget.
Approve the FRC. Yeah. The budget of the FRC. And we left off, we were going to start with public comments. We're now here public comment.
We have one additional public speaker, Ms. Stephanie Tolbert. If you'll approach the dais, state your name and your address for the record, and then you'll have 3 minutes.
My name is Stephanie Tolbert. My address is 449 Georgia Street, A1 Recovery Center. I came in to just let CSC know where I am and where you're taking me and how much I appreciate what you've done and what you taught me in your workshops. I appreciate it 100%. So I just want to piggyback off of the Family Resource Center as well. I'm leasing the A1 Recovery Center for the Sisters Mentoring Sisters program. And it's also attached with the Lori Page Center. In the Griffin Heights and Frenchtown community, there are a lot of different things going on. So I have been able to infiltrate the community because I have 27 girls on my roster that come to me every Tuesday, Thursday. I'm also a teacher at Griffin, which makes it easier for them to talk to me as well. But just wanted to let everyone know that since the summer, I've partnered with Bethlehem and me for that building. I've secured an MOU with the Life Recovery Center. Most importantly, now I have my own building. I don't have to deal with Dave Street and the shenanigans that we handle. It's mostly important. We clean the building out. The electricity is on, the water's on, the gas is on. And I'm working every day with those kids in a safe space. They have homework, help, mentor. We talk about life. What you can and cannot be, what you can and cannot do, what you believe, the community you're in. I grew up on Alabama Street. So I came back to give back what was given to me. As I stated, I teach at Griffin for that purpose, to be able to show you that I'm not her and she's not me. So it was just very important to me to let CSC know. Chica, Holly, y'all have lifted, elevated me to where there's nothing I cannot do. Hopefully, not hopefully, it is a safe place for girls to go after school. To talk to people. We offer mental health services. I offer teen counseling. I have a meditation. Just if you need to Zen, everything is there. I feed them dinner. I'm there until the last person leaves. No one's left alone. And all this is because y'all believe it. I don't know how to say thank you except to come here in this forum and say thank you, not just to y'all two, but for the board. I appreciate it. And like I said again, I appreciate that. Thank you so much because Pastor Price believed in me. We had a meeting and he said, nobody's doing what you're doing because I prefer trouble youth. Everybody, most kids have together. There are so many kids, even with mothers and fathers in the same house. They're hiding it, they're covering it. And for some reason, God has given me the gift to get it out. And so I want to say thank you to you. I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to make you proud. I'm offering your invitation for November the 8th. There is an open house. So you could just come in and see what it looks like. Just see what we've done. But it was a group effort. My girls worked as well to clean it up, clean it out. It had been sitting 4 years. And I would invite every last one of you to stop by November the 8th at 3 o'clock. Just take a walk through. And it also has been piggybacked off of the Lori Page. I have gotten the blessings of her mother to add that name to my building. So it's Sisters Mentoring Sisters, the Lori Page Center. There is a building, there is a room designated to her. So just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your commentary. Best wishes. Next.
That concludes public comment on the motion.
All right, we'll now have discussion. We'll start with Mr.
Thank you very much. One point and maybe 2 points. When the superintendent asked, do I intend to support it? And I said, yes. That the reason is that one, I love what you guys are doing. And I know we have miles to go before we sleep, but I really do. I admire the heck out of what Ms. Martin has led this group to accomplish. And I thank them for that. And I do intend to support Mr. O'Brien's motion and support their budget request. And in doing so, I'm also supporting the continuation of the services that they're providing in the 2 communities that don't have the bricks and mortar, but also the 2 communities that weren't on the list. And that is Fred George is I don't know if that's what you call that, but I'm hopeful that the Woodville community, we will pay special attention to them as well, because I think they have tremendous needs. So that's why I'm supporting it. I'm also going to ask of Ms. Martin that she takes this next year, and similar to when we first met Ms. Martin coming for emergency funding, and I said, and it was unfair to me to assign this to Ms. Martin because she'd just taken over, but we had known about an issue for quite some time, and like a year and a half before the emergency request. Well, we know that this funding ends, and so I'm going to make this plea, the same plea that I have made with the Children's Services Council, that I'm going to make with the Children's Home Society as it relates to the Family Resource Center. These things are working. There are grants out there that we can apply for that want to see that they're working and that other monies have gone into it. And so we have the next year where we can apply for grants, and I know they're out there, so that next year we've got some money coming from the Children's Services Council and some money coming from some person, some entity that's issuing grants. So thank you very much. Those are my 2 comments and direction.
Loud and clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martin, very much.
Mr. O'Brien?
No comment.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I will support Mr. O'Brien's motion, just like Council Member Mitchell. The resource centers that we have are doing a tremendous job here, Fort Bradenton. And I think there's a lot more work that has to be done to engage more families, engage more children. But I go back to my initial statement about the areas where the children are in most need, our marginalized communities. And I do not want us to be resistant to those communities just because we've got the notion that there is a level of distrust. Perhaps there is distrust, but I don't want to shortchange our children in those communities when we already know statistically and otherwise they're in most need of our services. So I just want to charge to Ms. Martin and her group to please don't shortchange our children in those communities. I think they would love to have a human resource center to go to in the afternoons, various times after school, various times on Saturdays. And I think if we did make a special effort, and it might not be in this year's budget, but I'm not sure if there's some way we as the council can do a charge for them to look at those communities. If it is, I would like to do that, but just right now, I would like for them to continue what they're doing. If you're going to do the mobile unit, fine, but I do believe it's a disservice to our children that are in most need when we neglect those communities and say, we're not going to do brick and mortar there. I think the amount of money that's been set aside, 4 million, we're gonna approve what a 1.4 million today. The taxpayers voted for this, and I just don't want to exclude any segment of our children. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am. Mr. Johnson.
I just wanted a quick question. If we could restate the motion, I wanted to hear the amount again that was included in the motion.
All right, Mr. O'Brien.
Amount was 1.4.
It's what the budget.
It's what the budget is.
Okay, that's all I want to hear. Thanks.
Are there any other final comments? I would like to also join Ms. Commissioner Cummings in her assertion. One of the things that I think is important, and again, if we look at the footprint of poverty found in our community, the density found in the targeted areas, particularly of Griffin Heights and Frenchtown, the density requires a different type of response compared to what we would see in an area where a footprint much like Fort Braden is different. So subsequently, like I had recommended along with Ms. Cummings, I do believe that a physical presence, because I think it's not either or, it's both and. And we have, as you continue to expand your work and expand and identify new partners, there are potential available spaces. For example, the young lady described the former A-Life Recovery Center that belongs to the Bethlehem Church was able to partner with there are other landowners, right? I can tell you, Cummings Commissioner and Judge Hobbs have been a fixture in that area, in the Frenchtown area. And there are other worthwhile partners to be found either both in our schools, our community centers, where spaces, so that when people have the immediacy of need, they can't wait till the second Tuesday. They want to find out what they can get right now. They need to have somewhere where they can go, and they can't be looking for the van. And because of the density of poverty and the density of children and the number of schools found in that targeted area, bears a different response, right? Because there are several anchor institutions compared to there just being one out in Fort Braden. So I join her in that, and now we'll take up the motion. All those in favor of the motion made to support the Family Resource Centers to the tune of $1.4 million, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, it passes unanimously. Thank you. Continue to do great. The best is yet to come, I am sure. We'll now continue with our agenda. Mr. Mitchell.
Yes, item D, I appreciate this. Item D, a couple years ago, there was a group called Making Miracles Haven. Making Miracles Haven is an organization that we funded to the tune of $100,000 to serve pregnant women or women with a child under the age of 5 who are homeless. Making Miracles Haven became, after we awarded them $100,000, they joined with a group called Women's Pregnancy Center. Right, which is an organization that declines to take public dollars. They returned 90,000 of the 100,000 that we had awarded them. Subsequent to that, they became separate and have been separate from the Women's Pregnancy Center for more than a year, I think. During all of this time, they were able to buy a new home that can serve 5 women and their families. Again, most of these women, well, they're all homeless and pregnant, and oftentimes pregnant with a child under the age of 5. And they've got the house purchased, renovated, beds. I mean, I sat there, it's beautiful. The only thing, they can't open it because they don't have a house manager. They have come to us and asked for $33,000 for the year that will fund a house manager and will allow them to There's a waiting list. This is a group that gets sent kids by the Department of Children and Families. There's a waiting list of 20. This will take 5 off that waiting list for $33,000. To me, the most amazing use of $33,000. And again, how do we fund it? Well, we fund it because we have it in our budget. Part of the reason we have it in the budget is they gave us back $90,000 for that 1 year. So I ask that this be added to the agenda because it is something that one, falls in our mission. Two is I think a very good use of $33,000. And that's the item, Mr. Chair. I guess I'm the chair now.
Just one quick question.
Yes, sir.
The budget that we just passed, you mentioned that there is a return of dollars, so it still fits within the budget.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all I have.
Yes.
I just have a couple of questions. And I was listening to you, but I apologize. What are the age groups?
The age groups of the mothers are, I mean, it's just
It's pregnant mothers with children?
yes, 5 years old and under.
Yeah, that's what I meant,
Yeah.
5 and under.
Yes.
Okay.
In addition to providing housing, they also work with them and the Early Learning Coalition to make sure that there's childcare for their children who are 5 and under. They also work, they provide transportation to do job interviews. It was one of those that we funded some time ago. And sort of program itself speaks for itself. We awarded them 100,000. It just so happened that they ended up joining a group that would not take taxpayer dollars.
But can I ask our executive director, Ms. Green, if she's familiar with them, if did they come to you this request?
So the request actually came through Treasurer Mitchell. By way of reminder, they applied under family supports 2 years ago and were awarded $100,000, 50 for the first year, 50 for the second. They were acquired by another group that did not accept government funds. That relationship has dissolved. It was brought to Mr. Mitchell's attention and he brought it here to you all. This funding, if approved, would come under kindergarten readiness because that's where we have that funding. But they were awarded funding and I think they had an 80, 88, 89 score from the RFP group when they were awarded. So there was not a question at that time.
So just one follow-up. So if we approve the funding, does staff here get involved? Well, since it's just for a house manager, we don't really have any benchmarks or anything. It's just at.
They're still required to provide
Right.
data back.
We would still do a contract and that
Okay.
contract would be growing with our family support contracts with them having to use SAMUS and all of the things that we require.
Awesome. And of course, I know how very stringent Councilmember Mitchell is with that funds. Organizes everything. So if he's bringing it to us, I believe that he believes in it, is worthy, and our children are there, it's protecting the mothers and the children holistically. So I'll support the motion.
I'd like to make a motion to support awarding Miracles Haven in the amount of the requested amount of $33,586.80.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. We would support making Miracles Haven for the amount requested. Is there any public comment?
There is no public comment.
All right, seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that's unanimous. Now for our next meeting agenda, we'll have a final summer 2025 programs report, committee reports coming from executive and the finance and budget committee, youth development program, RFP approval, and emergency after school program reports. This emergency after school clean program request, this is superintendent, correct?
Yes,
And the Boys and Girls Club?
yes, and United Way.
All right, and United Way. And we have upcoming, meetings and events. Any final member comments? I would like to offer this for our consideration. All right, our next trim hearing will be Thursday, September 25th at 5:15. Executive committee meeting Wednesday, October 1st. Finance and Budget Committee that same day, and Governing Council in our annual meeting on Thursday, October 9th. What is that, the annual meeting?
It is in statute, we have to have an annual meeting, review sunshine laws, bylaws. Just, it's a part of our system.
Box check.
Okay, all right. And that's on Thursday, October 9th. My member comment, one of the things that, as we did, I don't know if it's something that we can create as policy, but I'm interested as persons provide us with applications. One of the things that we notice is that oftentimes the monies that are devoted to paying personnel create that salaries that they identify for some positions are creating employees who are they're creating a position that is 60% or less below average median income. And so I am concerned that and I don't know if it's anything we can replicate, a remedy, but it's like paying poverty wages. When I remember one of our participants talked about they were paying MSWs $15 an hour. That's not a livable wage, and that's not even an industry standard for MSWs. And so I don't know, maybe it might be a larger conversation. I may have my office to do some research on what are standard rates of pay in the not-for-profit industry, but I would not want us to be poverty pimps and creating and funding programs that are paying people less than a living wage. And I think that here now it is our intention to remedy family poverty, and yet our partners in industry are creating positions that who are serving these populations, and yet the people, I'm a counselor, but I need SNAP myself because you're only paying me $15 an hour. So I don't know how we address it. There might be a larger conversation in a workshop about that. Maybe it might be something we might do in cooperation with our partners at UPHS. But that concerns me in terms of how we make these determinations. So that was just one man's opinion. I want to share that. I'll give it to the director and we'll come back with some additional discussion. Yes, Ms. Collins. Are you good? Is all hearts satisfied?